Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet. It's 1:19 p.m. according to a computer clock on Monday, March 30th, 2015. And I'm going to be giving my account of my time at CGA show, the latest CGA show that I attended. It's kind of a local convention. It stands for Comics, Gaming, and Anime. Although I think it also had once stood for Collectibles, Gaming, and Anime, but whatever. I attended this 2 days ago, and it's always held twice per year. Usually it's at the National Guard Armory in Crystal River. That's a city just to the north of me. But last fall it was held in, I believe, the Civic Center in Beverly Hills, which is another town or whatever in my county. I guess because I heard the armory had been undergoing renovations. But anyway, we weren't able to be at the armory this time either, and they moved it further away to the National Guard Armory in Ocala, which is in Marion County to the northeast of me. So I had to drive like over an hour to get there, but it was worth it. I've got the schedule pulled up on the side, so I'll go like hour by hour and tell you what went on and what I attended and what I passed on. Okay. First, some terminology. The tabletop gaming area is an area in the main dealer room, which is the large room that you enter, just past the lobby. Then there's what they call the side panel room. The side panel room and the main event room are two rooms next to each other. The main event room is what I had previously referred to as the entertainment room, which is what they call the same area in our armory. It's the large area that has room for a bunch of cheers and perhaps performances and stuff like that. So it's the larger of the two rooms. The side panel room is what we just refer to as the panel room in our armory. It's right next to the main event room, and it's smaller, but it's got like a desk and chairs for people to sit at. Okay, so in the tabletop gaming area from 11 to 2, by the way, this started at 11. I arrived like shortly after 11. It didn't take long. I think I left the house shortly before 10. But anyway, in the tabletop gaming area from 11 to 2, there was something called Ultimate Werewolf. This game pits players against each other. They try to find which one of them is the werewolf before the village gets eaten. Okay, I didn't participate in that. Supposedly going on at the same time from 11 to 12 in the side panel room was Ultimate Rock, Paper, Scissors. I had sat in on this once at a previous CGA show. This game is quick and violent. The fun factor is through the roof. So bring your friends or bring your enemies, but you better be quick or you get hit. Basically, it's rock, paper, scissors. But I believe I had sat in on this. Either that was like foam sword fighting or whatever. But yeah, I didn't attend this time. I mostly browsed like the dealer room and got a bottle of orange balls to drink at the concession area. In the main event room from 12 to 1 was Geek Snack Tasting. Geek Out, which is like a local Ocala geek store. Geek Out presents Geek Snack Tasting. We will have some samples of all of the Geek Out favorite snacks. Only the first 20 people will be able to join this event. And for those who are pre-registered before the show, they are guaranteed a spot. You'll get a chance to try all the flavors of, and you'd have to click for more info, but you get the idea. I had been considering attending this, but I passed on it. Instead, at the same time in the side panel room, I attended the Central Florida Ghostbusters panel. I didn't know there was a Central Florida Ghostbusters, but yeah. The wildly popular cosplayer podcasters bring their RPG podcast to CGA show Ocala. They will explain how the RPG works and help attendees understand what their podcast is for. I attended it. It was fun. I even recorded the audio from this panel, and I already uploaded it, so you can check that out. It was about an hour long. I didn't get a chance to talk much because there was this one, larger audience member that had like a bigger personality, and he's the kind of guy that would like laugh at his own jokes. But anyway, yeah, he dominated most of the time, but I was able to get some stuff in, and you can listen to it on my channel. And then I went out to their table afterwards. I took some more pictures. All of the pictures are on Facebook. I might make another musical picture show type of thing, but I won't upload on YouTube because some of the previous ones had gotten flags for copyright, and I didn't get strikes for them, but I pulled them down because of that. But I'll re-upload them somewhere else, and I'll do one for the previous show and for this show as well. But that'll be coming up sometime in the future. Don't look for it right away. But yeah, I went out to their table. They had like a real Ghostbusters tablecloth on their table, and I actually have one. I did a video about this previously. You can just search through my archives for it. But I have a real Ghostbusters tablecloth unopened in its package from Walmart. Apparently, I guess my mom had probably bought one for me for a birthday party, and it was just never used. It's still sitting in the cabinet here next to me, in the china cabinet. But yeah, I don't know if theirs was the same one as mine, but whatever. 1 to 4 in the Tabletop Gaming area, Magic the Gathering tournament. We will be hosting the Magic the Gathering tournament at the show. The details will be presented here in the near future. Doesn't look like it is unless you have to click on more info for it. But we do know we will split a box of Dragons of Takir amongst the winners. There will be no entry fee beyond the cost of admission to the show. I've never played Magic. I've been considering maybe getting a starting deck just to participate, but I didn't. I would have probably had to purchase a starter deck in a store before coming to the show, but yeah, I passed on it. But anyway, right after Central Florida Ghostbusters, and after briefly meeting with them at their table, I went into a main event room for Pokemon Party Hour from 1 to 2. Pika Belchu, Florida's greatest Pokemon enthusiast, will have a great time discussing all thing Pokemon. She has been collecting Pokemon for as long as there have been Pokemon. Come share your Poke experience. It was neat. I didn't record the panel or anything, but it consists of Pokemon trivia and Pokemon charades, where, like, if you answer a trivia question that she gave out right, you won a thing. I actually won one of these packs. I haven't opened it yet because I wanted to show you what it looks like. But I got a question right because it said this question, blah, 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 was the $64,000 question on which game show. I wasn't aware of the question, but just from the way that they phrased it, I knew that it had to be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which I was right, so I got this. There's a card and a cherry chew starburst. Don't really care for the cherries, but and a thing of Smarties. Alright, so the card. Whooper. No idea who Whooper is. I had gotten a few Pokemon cards, like I picked up a few random packs back in the day, like late 90s, early 2000s. I never did anything with them. There's really no one around here to play anything with, because the one used bookstore that also doubled as kind of a geek hangout for like card tournaments every so often closed back in March of 2009. Wow, that was 6 years ago. As far as I know, there's no other place in this county to do anything like that. Hang on, I'm going to take out the Starburst and the Smarties and eat them while I do the rest of this vlog. But yeah, so I got a Pokemon card. Okay. But let's see, what else? So Pokemon Charades, I didn't participate in it, but if you got a question right, you did the next charade. The person that does the charade, if someone guesses it right, the person doing the charade gets one of these bags, not the person that guessed the Pokemon. It's kind of weird, but anyway. So that was that, and then she advertised her next panel about collecting, which I'll get to in a bit, but 1 to 2 in the side panel room, how to watch roller derby. The Ocala Cannibals come to explain the sport of roller derby. Meet them and get great stories about their favorite game. I didn't participate in this. Instead, obviously I was doing the Pokemon Party Hour. But after Pokemon Party Hour, I went back to the side panel room, which is where the roller derby thing had been held. I went to the side panel room for 2 to 3. It was Marvel Internship, a story of a crazy job. Edwin applied and won an internship at Marvel Comics in New York City. He did many jobs and got to see the inner workings of the famous comic book company. Come and listen to some of his tales. Feel free to ask about the process of how to become an intern and what it takes, and I guess you have to click on more info. But anyway, I recorded this panel and I put up the audio as well. You can listen to it. It's on this channel. I was his only audience member, which is kind of sad. But we talked for about an hour, and he had some interesting stuff to share. I had gotten completely out of superhero comics by early 2006. But you know, we talked about stuff at Marvel and stuff. I mentioned, you know, Archie comics, so we talked about Archie. We talked about superhero films and the legalities that go on there, and then we talked about anime, Sailor Moon. I'm pointing at my shirt. Sorry, I was wearing a Sailor Moon shirt at the con, which I do every time. Because I always get compliments on my Sailor Moon shirt. This time is no exception. Everyone's like, yeah, Sailor Moon, and hey, cool shirt. You know, Sailor Moon lives on. Oh, and we talked about Evangelion too. Anyway, 2 to 3 in the main event room, Hatalia meetup. Hatalia fans come and meet your favorite Hatalia characters. Cosplayers from around Florida join in the cosplay experience as they represent their favorite characters, discussing very important topics of the day. I have no idea what Hatalia is. I passed on it, but from what I heard later on from Pika Belchu during the end of her second panel, was that apparently they had made a mess or something, and supposedly they had all gotten kicked out. Whoever this Hatalia panel thing was. Tabletop Gaming Area 3 to 6 Ultimate Werewolf Late Day. Ultimate Werewolf sessions start up again and run till the end of the day. Of course, I didn't participate, but... Okay. 3 to 4 in the main event room, Art of Collecting. I did not... I did not do this because I did the other panel, which I'll mention shortly, in the side panel room. But I did catch the end of Art of Collecting. Apparently she was showing off rare and bootlegs stuff, you know, Pokemon related, but I would have liked to have viewed it, but Mishu's eating. But I felt I would get more out of the other panel, which side panel room 3 to 4. Let's talk anime. Jason Bailey, owner of Geek Out, shares his feelings of anime throughout the years. He has been a fan of anime officially since 1991. It's longer than me. He is very opinionated and does not mind telling you why he does not like your favorite shows. But he will also share his extensive knowledge of the anime world. I sat in for most of this. I missed the beginning of it and I didn't record it. Basically just, you know, me, him, and a few other people talking about anime. I relayed the plot of Megazone 2-3 to him. I also informed him that there's a live-action Gatchaman movie in Japan, and he's like, how did I miss this? Anyway. 4 to 5, main event room. Costume contest. I took plenty of pictures. Cosplayers do their best to look like characters from comic books, games, anime, and movies. We would like to reward those who work hardest on their costumes. 4 to 8, Tabletop Gaming Area. Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. We are happy to announce that we will be hosting a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament at this year's Ocala CGA show. The prize pool will be $75 to store credits and Geek Out. The cost will be free other than admission to the CGA show. I don't think I have any Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I remember I got one from someone at work back in like the mid-2000s, but one or a few, I don't know, but I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I didn't sit on this. In fact, I left shortly after the costume contest was over. 6 to 8, main event room. End of day dance. We like to get a groove on before going home. Come in and dance to top 100 dance music and enjoy the end of the show. This is what they refer to as Dancy Dance back, you know, when the con is held in our armory. But, yeah, it's a dance. I've attended one of them before for a bit, but I was gone by then. I didn't attend this one. Okay, candy's done. I'll show you some of the other stuff that I picked up. The first thing was this. It's a Kickstarter, you know, comic book series, local comic artist. about like a sea type of girl named Mandy. She's reading The Little Mermaid. That's cute. It's a large, tome version of The Little Mermaid. But anyway, it says, Swimming into Our Lives, Summer 2014. Yeah, not quite. He says he's got the first issue done. He's working on the second, I believe. They're kickstarting, basically. I'll read the back of it to you. Mandy, created and illustrated by Sean Surface. Discovered at an early age, near death, floating in the cool, clear waters of the Crystal River. Takes place in Citrus County. A young girl with no memory, no language, and bizarre physiology is rescued and nursed back to health by a compassionate marine biologist who sees in the child the daughter he once had and tragically lost long ago. As the years pass, and as the girl grows, she discovers that she possesses strengths and abilities like no other on Earth. Despite her obvious physical differences, she struggles to fit in with her surroundings and the people around her, while at the same time learning to cope with her own unique nature and developing powers. So join us on a voyage of discovery, both exhilarating and at times frightening, with a very special girl, a girl you will not soon forget, a girl named Mandy. Coming summer 2014. www.peacenickpress.com. So if you want to check it out. Okay, see that? Alright. Some cards that I picked up. Ghostbusters Resurrection. This is from the Central Florida Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters Resurrection, a supernaturally spectacular RPG podcast. It's at Nerdy Show. nerdyshow.com. Yeah, and this is fan art of them, actually, on the top. It's neat. You can learn more about their RPG in the podcast and the audio of the panel that I recorded. Nerdy Show presents Dungeons and Doritos, D&D, an epic tabletop podcast. They didn't have a presence at the show as far as I know, but it's neat. It's something that I want to check out. I'll check out their site. Oh, this is the back of the Ghostbusters Resurrection thing. And this is the back of the Dungeons and Doritos thing. Yeah. I've never heard of Nerdy Show before, but I'll check it out. I already downloaded an MP3 where the Central Florida Ghostbusters do a full-length audio commentary on the original movie. So I've been listening to that. I haven't finished it yet. This is the one thing that I bought at the show. She wrapped it up in a plastic bag for me. Because I saw a postcard, and she pointed me to this book. I saw this postcard. Okay. So, it's a story in this anthology type of book. Doesn't actually appear to have a title from what I can tell. Oh, okay, it does. It's called Hana Dokie Kira. There's a bunch of stories in here. Actually, the table of contents lists everything by author in alphabetical order by first name, instead of like the story titles. But it's neat. All of the stories are black and white or black, white, and green. Kind of strange, but let me see if I can find that story in question. It's called Secret. Here it is. Didn't want to open this up too much, but yeah, obviously a Yuri story. That's what grabbed my attention. $20 for the book. She said for $25 add card. She gave me 4 cards actually. Here's another one. All these pretty much, I guess, are related to the collection. Obviously, this stuff is manga style. It's not actual manga, but she also said, okay, here's a card that she gave me with a Tumblr address for their site. I haven't checked it out yet. Plus an email address. And Hana Dokie Kira is a comics and illustration anthology in homage to shoujo. Featuring a diverse group of over 20 artists. So that's neat. I'll have to read the collection stuff. She said a volume 2 is coming out. That's why she gave me the card, I guess, to check out the site. But you could go to hanadokikira.tumblr.com. And, yeah. So, there was another postcard there that had, like, Marty, Lorraine, and George from Back to the Future. Someone drew fan art of it. But, yeah, I didn't get that one. That's the only purchase that I made at the show, other than I also got a slice of pepperoni pizza and a Mexican Coke at one point. $8 entrance fee, which isn't bad. I've gotten in free for the past few times because I had a panel, but I didn't have a panel this time. It's $6 if you bring in a can of food, but I didn't, so $8, it's not bad. So, overall, the show is pretty enjoyable, and I guess being in Ocala, there was more of there were more things to do. It was definitely more booked than one of our shows, even though technically this was our show this time around because we didn't have one here. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it. If you check out my Facebook, I've got a photo album with all of the pictures that I've taken at the CGA shows going back to October of 2011. So, this was my my 8th show. Yeah, that's neat. But yeah, so I just wanted to share all of this, and it's 1:49 p.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.